In this video, we will dive into all the different aspects of tone creation in Ableton Live 12. We will be talking about signal flow, tone stacks, saturation and cabinets, all the detail of how we can recreate the type of sound we imagine. Let's take a look at the parameter of raw and how we can use it to create guitar tones. The three main knobs we will dive are tone, drive and amount. Drive here behaves similar to a volume knob on an amplifier, and amount more like a traditional drive, controlling how hard the signal gets clipped. The tone knob is useful to shape the general saturation and EQ of the guitar. When the blue button is on, the signal works like a bass or high booster. You can choose the place of the EQ to get a more or less boomy sound. When the yellow mode is active, the tone is compensated, so it's especially useful if you want to colorate but without changing the EQ. It's also good if you want to add saturation in a specific part of the spectrum. There are a lot of different saturation shapes, but we are particularly interested in soft sine, diode clipper and tube preamp. Those types of saturation are the most common used in the guitar tone world. The bias knob can be used to generate asymmetrical clipping. We find this type of clipping in two amplifiers. A little asymmetrical saturation can add warmth and organic color to the sound. Then we have the filter section to shape the frequency distribution for this case. We will look to three types of main uses: low pass, high pass and peak. Let's create some tones. We will be using saturation in series, so now we have two stages. We will be using stage 1 for preamp, for coloring, and stage 2 as a power tube for compression. The signal flow will be in this way. The signal enters with a high pass filter. Then we apply preamp saturation, shaping the sound with the tone knob in cross mode. For the power amp, we will be using a soft clipper exaggerated. This will crop the peaks of the signal. We can play with the routing to get a richer signal flow. For example, using parallel before, then a single stage to consolidate all. Another use of EQ and roar is for what in amplifier is called tone stacks. This is a type of EQ that creates a big curve used to distribute the saturation in a musical way. The peak filter can be used for it. For example, Fender amplifiers' tone stacks have a peak about 600 to 700 Ballet. It also can be used to reduce harsh frequency for Marshall or high gain tones. I find that raw can be used for cabinet simulation, because of the variety of filter and EQ inside. I will show you some examples of how you can use it for this purpose. Set roar to multiband. Put a peak filter in the low band to boost around 200 Hz. Mid will be used to define the character of the cabinet. We will be using combo mode. This filter reduces the resonance in a harmonic way. For the highs, we will be using a low pass filter. The low pass is a common task for a cabinet. This makes the distortion sound more rounded and natural. We can map all the parameters so we can shape as we like. You can find the resources of the video for free. I also made a series of racks using raw called Creator that convey all of what we talk with 4 amplifier, cabinet simulation and effects. I hope you like this guide. Please subscribe and drop suggestions for future videos. See you next time.